sudden, if you like, audacity in less than 4 months in opposition to begin to demand that an age-long problem that they left for us for 8 good years, they expect us to fix in 4 months. Remember that in the run-up to the elections, we were having issues with power outages in the sector. So this is not new. And that was the reason why many Ghanaians at the time called for load shedding exercise. We knew in opposition that they were failing to do the necessary investments the power sector required.
I've heard the likes of Al-Hassan Suihini and co saying that NPP, we do not have the moral right to ask for a DUMSOR timetable. Now, when I see them behave this way or carry themselves in this manner, ideally I'm happy. Ideally I'm happy when they do that. When I see them talk anyhow, answer as anyhow, when I see them talk as though those of us in the MPP, we are not paying taxes, because that is what is going to lead to their early grave. Yes, and if you don't believe me, now start going about. Miss at long time. This arrogance that is being displayed by the NDC, by their communicators, is what is going to lead them to their early grave. Unfortunately, people do not learn. If there is one thing that we in the MPP now have learned, is that when you're in power, you must be careful what you say. If you're in a position that you can afford to do anything. Now, when I go to radio and the guy there, the NDC guy comes and he wants us to waste our time, I will help you waste the time. Because I'm in opposition. You are in power. In the end, we will demand accountability from you. But you see, I also believe that telling us that MPP people do not have the moral right to ask for a timetable from DUMSOR is an insult to all Ghanaians. Because as we are speaking, markets are burning every now and then. Almost every month, we hear about this market or that market burning. And most of the preliminary investigations that come out all point fingers to DUMSOR. So if the market woman who owns a store wants to know if my light is going to go off tomorrow or in the night, so that when I'm leaving my shop, I switch off the fuse and stuff before I leave, you don't come and tell me that maybe because that market woman is an MPP person, the person does not have the moral right. Baby, you are welcome. Nana Pota said that NDC were using social media to fight MPP projects. Yeah. Right? If DUMSOR is ongoing, we all know the minister has gone into hiding. And in fact, it was better for him to be in hiding. When he came out of hiding, the first thing he said again was another wahala. So as for JJ, they are not calling him JJ. John Jinapo. As for him, he makes more sense when he is quiet. Because every single time he comes out trouble. You remember? First, when he came out 7th January, that's when we started hearing that there's something called hour of fuel left. Those of us who study physics, and people who did petroleum engineering, I'm not sure any of you heard about hour of fuel left until John Jinapo came up on the 7th January with that. Ghana Jollof, I see you. Now he went to hide himself for almost a month because DUMSOR was very rampant. He comes out and tells you that he's left with 2 days, 6 hours full. I think that is the only thing he knows about the entire energy sector. Is how to tell us how many days or how many hours of fuel is left. Mami says, in fact, he should be resigning by now. Unfortunately for us Africans, we do not have the culture of resigning. That is what is still keeping him in office. Because we know John Mahama, His Excellency, will not sack him. Why won't he sack him? Because John Mahama knows he has set no standard. He himself has set no standard. He just been wasting our ears for the past 5 months, one committee after the other. Very soon we'll be hearing that committee to decide on what food John Mahama should be eating. It will happen. You will see it can happen. Committee to decide what food he should be eating. Committee to decide if he should be driving in a saloon car whilst in Accra or still keeping with the V8. Baby says, "Hey, voice." Yes. And everything about John Mahama is a committee. Proving what he said in his book, My First Coup d'etat, right. That he cannot think for himself. He cannot reason alone. He cannot sit down, deeply think about solutions and implement. No. Unlike Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who will sit down, bring about 30 plus initiatives as a vice president. He cannot. And this is where we are. What we've signed up for. So they said you should not talk about DUMSOR. They said Obianye Din. NDC4 say Obianye Din. What if you don't know and you speak about DUMSOR, you ask for timetable, they will bring military people to come and carry you and take you away. I mean, the committee numbers are above 20 million. Yes. I'm yet to see. Mama Parents, how are you doing? I'm yet to see one committee that has a membership less than 20 or 18. I'm yet to see one. So the committee that will be sitting on John Mahama's meal, what food he should be eating, it will be more than 20. Trust me on that. And you look at the committees, you see that it's job for the boys, job for the boys. And yet job for the boys are. If not job for the boys, what would Beatrice Annan be doing on Bank of Ghana board? Beatrice Annan. Senior job for the boys and girls are. What would that lady be doing on Bank of Ghana governing board? You have people like Adongo. I believe that is the Bolga MP. You come and say that you can no longer withdraw dollar over the counter. And the whole country will go haywire. Then Bank of Ghana has to rush and start sending communicators to radio, say, no, it's not true. That is the kind of government the kind of government we have now. Yes. Ken Bassett talk about the deputy BOG boss. This is where we are. Dr. Bawumia, finally, I have to be quick so that when they call me to come back to the hospital, I can run there. Dr. Bawumia has spoken about the city. And this is what he said. He said, if you ask a simple question to the NDC to point out exactly what policy they have implemented that has resulted in the appreciation of the city, they cannot tell you one. They only passed their budget in March. They've not even issued any contracts and paid for anything. So you cannot ascribe what is happening to the currency to a policy that they have implemented. Dr. Bawumia, you get brain rough. You've seen the likes of Franklin Kujo. And in fact, if you know Franklin Kujo, please, I'm looking for his number. We attended the same senior high school. We attended the same senior high school. I'm sure he was my senior. He went before me. Our senior high school is in a messy state. The way it was when I left over 10 years ago, over 13 years ago, it has gotten worse. So Franklin Kujo, I'm a cardinal. You are a cardinal. Instead of making all the noise on Facebook, bring money. Let's go back to our alma mater. Let's go and give a facelift to our school. The school is rotten in Oti region. It is rotten. St. Mary's Seminary. It is rotten. So Franklin Kujo, all the money that you have accrued, your alma mater is rotten. Let's go. So if you know Franklin Kujo, this is my message to him. So Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has spoken. I don't even need to add anything. He speaks for himself. So you can send your request. Let me play this tape for you. You can send your request. Let me pick you. Let's have a conversation.